there. But we'll see what we get in the market. If we do go for sales today, our stop loss is going to be about average size stop loss. We'll do 40 pips. Yeah, we'll do 40 pips. Once we get in on trade, I'll put in the Fibonacci. So make sure y'all go to y'all's lots on Liquid Broker. Make sure you figure out what lots you're going to be using, because they typically change whenever the price either goes up in value or down in value. I'm messing with my lots right now, so hold on. See, right now it's looking for like about 2 lots. Yeah, 2 lots. We have a trend line here. Boom. Little one right there. I think it's looking pretty good, guys. Same thing with the trend line here on NAS 100. Let's see. Let's just wait for market to open. So we have our, just to go by everything, we have our support zone here. It's a pretty strong support zone. Even extends out over there. It respected this level multiple times. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it respected it multiple times here, and it bounced back up off of it. Created a resistance zone up here, and then we created a smaller resistance zone up here. So it's looking alright. We have no news and stuff like that, so hopefully Trump doesn't talk out of nowhere or anything like that. And we shall see what happens. Oh, Saul's in here. Hey, Saul, what do you think? Is this a markup for a buy? No, this is a markup for a sell right now, but I just put this trend line right here. If it breaks it, well then we would be entering a buy, and then we'll just add our long position. But you see we're pushing off. Hold on, let's see. Alright, I'm going in for hold on. Let's wait. Let's not get faked out. I'm going to give us a little bit more room to breathe here. Check on NASDAQ. NASDAQ, same thing, around 40 pip stop loss. Let's see. The volume's picking up now. About NASDAQ. Yeah, I'm liking sales on US 30. But it keeps rejecting that zone. Let's check on NASDAQ just to be safe also. NASDAQ is playing out too. Let's take US 30, guys. I'm getting in US 30. I'm in on US 30. Actually, like around right there. Let's see what we could get, guys. We're pushing. Nice, beautiful push. TP1 about to be smacked. Nice, beautiful push. TP1 has been smacked, guys. We're aiming for these lows over here. So let's see. We're completely pushing out a TP1. Let's get us a TP2. NASDAQ is struggling. US 30 has the most volume right now. Beautiful volume too. Come on, don't start retracing now. Come on, give us some more push. Some more volume. And there's no way it rejected that much. Let's check on NASDAQ. NASDAQ's doing the same. Dude, that was amazing volume, man. Come on, don't be scared. We're heading back towards TP1. We need volume to kick in back for us. There we go. It was a nice, beautiful push to the downside. Beautiful push. Come on. Come on, volume. Sellers, just make this thing tank. Tank for us. Alright, we're past TP1. Come on, I know it has more in it. Come on. I know it has a lot more in it. If y'all want to take profits once we hit TP1, that's totally up to y'all. But I'm aiming for a TP2, or at least near it, and then calling it a day. Beautiful push. Come on, keep pushing. Come on, sellers. I will let y'all know whenever I'm out. 77 bones, I'm out. Good shit. Nice job, A. Send it in the members' profit. Beautiful push, chat. We're pushing. We're tanking, guys. We should be getting these lows on the bottom over here. We're pushing. Let's not be too greedy. Once we get a TP2, I'm gonna close this trade. We're almost at TP2, guys. Come on, a little bit more. Back. I'm out. Back to work. Y'all get y'all's money. Stay blessed. You too, Ace. You too. Waiting for a little bit more of a push. Come on. Come on, sellers. Let's take over these buyers. Let's whack them out real quick. Let's whack them out. We're pushing. We're pushing. Beautiful push. TP2 smack, guys. And I'm out. I closed the trade. I'm out, guys. Beautiful day today. Everybody, I hope everybody ate. And watch. Later on, when y'all look at the market, it's going to get to these lows over here. It's probably going to hit a TP3. But I'm good with the TP2. I made some really, really good money today. And I hope everybody ate, because we're pushing out, man. We're honestly going to keep pushing out. I closed the position already. We skyrocketed. We tanked. Look, it's still pushing right now. It's about to push more. Hold on. Gotta post for the Instagram and everything. I gotta figure out a way to record both of my screens, but I haven't figured it out yet. In and out already. Literally 7 minutes in, guys. 7 minutes. Volume is back. We hit a TP2. Got out. In and out already. Literally 7 minutes in, guys. 7 minutes. Volume is back. We hit a TP2. Got out. In and out already. Literally 7 minutes in, guys. 7 minutes. Y'all have any questions or anything? The reason why I was suggesting that we have to sell off, because, dude, US 30, look at it. So we've been buying. We've been way overbought. This is a new all-time high up here. $47,129. That's a new all-time high. So that's why I like, you know, I was pretty sure that we were overbought. We weren't going to push up. I was thinking we were overbought over here, but apparently not. We didn't get in on US 30 there. Hold on, the moose. My brother's calling me. Hey, what's up, bro? It's fucking popping. We're already out. 7 minutes. Yeah, in and out. TP2. Hold on. Had to mute the mic real quick. Shit, 1400, nigga. Hell. Yep. I'm about to post it on the Instagram, so if you want to show people and stuff. Okay. Alright. Goodbye. Alright, I'm back. So yeah, see, we chose to get out at a good time, even though we still have more time. In the 15-minute candle, we hit our 1 to 2, which is always good. You know, you can never complain about a 1 to 2. It's still money. Nasdaq did end up pushing out a bit. I need to learn the pips and lots. Okay, so the pips and lots. Let me just give me one second. Hold on. Literally 7 minutes in, guys. 7 minutes. Volume is back. We hit a TP2. In and out already. Literally 7 minutes in, guys. 7 minutes. Volume is back. We hit a TP2. In and out already. Literally 7 minutes in, guys. 7 minutes. Volume is back. We hit a TP2. Alright, so alright, let me go over the pips and lots for you real quick. So look at that, it's still trying to push right there. Alright, so Bob Marley. So go over here. So this is my screen right here. So the thing that I was talking about, pips and lots and stuff like that. So whenever you enter a trade, there's 3 ways you could enter a trade. You could enter a trade up here, so you could execute it more faster. So you would just put your amount of lots in here, and then this button would be your buy button, and this button would be your sell button. That's to get in instantly, but that wouldn't put your TP, or it wouldn't put your stop loss for you. So for example, the other way is, because this is a live account, I need to go into a demo account. You know what, I actually can. Okay, so this is a demo account. This is fake money. This is a demo account. So I'm just going to show y'all the 3 ways of how to enter a trade. So like I said, up here, this is the amount of lots that you could pick up here. And then this button is to buy, this button is to sell. Like for example, if we go over here and press the sell button, boom, it automatically gets us in on a sell here. So we have no stop loss and no TP. But this TP and stop loss, you could move it. So you would click and drag it to a zone and area, and on the left hand side over here, it tells you that it's around 40 something pips. It's at $900 that you would win if you do get stomped out. And then once you confirm this, this is where your green line, your TP will be placed. So then you go to change over here, and now it confirms it, locks it in. So now this green line is here. So now if this candle hits this green line, it automatically gets you out and you win and profit. So now the stop loss is there so you won't lose more than you should. So let's say you're risking about $1,000. So right here we have 50 something pips and we have $1,000. So this would be, if you wanted to risk 1,000, this is where you would put it. If you want to have a bigger stop loss, it would be more of a risk over here, 2,000. But let's say we're good with 1,000. So boom, we're at 1,000 there. We go to change here and we lock it in. So now all of this is locked in. This is how I personally trade, because it's a lot faster to get in. But if you're a beginner, I would highly recommend joining by this here, right here, where it says deal ticket. This is basically like trading with training wheels, like just as a beginner. This is how I started and everything like that. It helps you calculate your pips. I still use it, I just don't enter it this way. So to close your trade, I'm going to show you how to close now. It's going to be down here on the bottom left corner where it says this X right here. So this X will close your position and get you out. Right now you see we're losing, so if I close right now, we'll be minus $600. The little ratchet and the screwdriver, if you click this is going to give you a bunch of menu options. So you could close here, you could take partials, 25%, 50%, 75%, 33%, and so on. You could view and edit your trade. You could mess with your stop loss and mess with your TP, and then you could also go break even. So the break even exit is also another good thing to do whenever you're up in profit. And so then you could turn, you won't risk losing, now you could just risk breaking even. So right now we're about to get stomped out, to be honest. So look, give it a second, it should stomp us out if it doesn't go down. But anyways, let's close this trade. So boom, I closed the trade, we lost like 900 something dollars. So now I'm gonna show you the deal ticket. So now whenever you click on the deal ticket, this is gonna pop up. So this is gonna be here, and it's gonna, yours might look different. If yours doesn't look like mine, what you need to do is go to this gear box, this gear, and it's the settings tab for it. You click here and make sure that it doesn't say simple, and you click on full. So full gives you the whole drop down menu so you could see everything. Then make sure right here it says market. Make sure it doesn't say limit or stop, that it says market. The next thing you're gonna want over here where it says volume, make sure it says lots, because lots. The best way that I could explain it to people is lots are basically a percentage amount that you're buying in on that stock. That's the best way I could probably explain it to people, because lots is kind of different, because there's different brokers that use different terms. Like some of them use contracts, we use lots, and others like Robinhood and stuff, they call them shares and stuff like that. So this is just a percentage of that share. So then we use TradingView to calculate our stop loss. So like if we go back to TradingView, I put a 40 pip stop loss here. You can see on top where it says stop and then it says 40.35. That's the area that we have the amount of pips in the zone that we have. So then I feel like 40 is good enough for us. So I go back over here, and then on the stop loss I will type in 40, then enter, and it's gonna put it as 40.0 pips. So that's the same amount of space as over here. Then for your TP, you gotta also make sure, I don't know if I went over it, that it says pips, not price, not nothing else. Make sure that this says pips. Same thing with TP, that it says pips. So now just another rundown for all the new people and stuff like that. So for Bob Marley, we got a couple new people in here. So then stop loss would be 40 pips. Our TP, if we're going for a 1-to-1, whenever you hear me say a 1-to-1, a 1-to-2, a 1-to-3, that's basically, so 40 for stop loss is generally good. Yeah, so 40 pip stop loss is overall good. It's a pretty good space, depending on how the market is. Sometimes whenever we go to TradingView and we see that our stop loss is huge, that's just based off of price. So I would let y'all know every morning if we're gonna have a good stop loss, like a tight one, or we're gonna need a little bigger one. So like a couple of days ago, we needed to have like a 70 pip stop loss, because the price was shooting up. So that's why the stop loss was a little bit bigger. So 40 pips is generally good. If you want to be more safe, you could do 45. Just also remember, the bigger the stop loss, the bigger your TP is to hit. So if we have a tight short stop loss, we might not have enough room to breathe if it does retrace back on us, but we will hit our TP1s, our TP2s way faster. So like right there, we see that these zones are super close to each other. Our TP1 is a lot faster to hit. Our TP2 is a lot faster. So generally speaking, tight stop losses are the best way to go, but just put a stop loss that's more comfortable, that it'll give you enough space to breathe, just in case if the market's being iffy and it pulls back just a bit, just to scare people or like to stomp them out and stuff like that. So then, like, see, we're still pushing here. Nice volume there going there too. But so now going back to liquid, we have our 40 pip stop loss. Our TP, if we put 40, that's a TP1, that's a 1-to-1. But we generally look for a TP2, so that would be 80. That would be TP2 would be 80 in that way. And then of course the next one would be TP3, which would be times 3 of that. So that would be what, 120. That would be a TP3. So these zones are the same zones here. So TP1 would be 40 pips, because we're risking 40 pips here as our stop loss. So TP1 would be 40 pips, TP2 would be 80, TP3 would be 120, TP4 would be so on and so on. So this is how you multiply your money, and this is what goes into our risk management plan. Because let's say you're risking $100. So your stop loss is at $100. So then you know TP1 is $100, TP2 is $200, TP3 is $300, TP4 is $400, $500, so on and so on. So this is what we aim for, because, for example, let's say yesterday we hit a TP1 over here. So let me close this. So yesterday, let's say we hit a TP1. Boom, you make $100. Let's say today you lose. So let's say you lose $100. Now you broke even. So that's why we risk more. Our risk to reward ratio should be higher because that gives you an advantage. So now let's say yesterday we hit a TP3. Yeah, let's say yesterday we hit a TP3 and we lose today. That means we're still up $200 because we hit that TP3. And then today, if let's say we lost 100, so now we're still up $200. We're still up two whole TPs. So that's how you risk to reward. That's how you do your management. Because now we could afford to lose 2 days if you hit a TP3 and still be up $100. But obviously the goal is to always hit TP2s, TP3s. Those are the goals. Of course, if there's low volume and if you're scared and stuff, a TP1 is always good. But just make sure someday during that week you hit at least multiple TP2s, or you go for at least one TP3 to throw your profits and your earnings way up there so you could afford to lose once or twice and stuff like that. Of course, that's not the goal, but it happens. This is reality. We have to lose. Everybody loses one day. So that's what throws up on top, and that's how we risk so we could be profitable no matter what. So then that's going more into the whole risk management and stuff like that. So let's just say we go back to 80 pip TP. So this is a 1 to 2. We have a 40 pip stop loss and we have an 80 pip TP. So this would what we would call a 1 to 2. And in order, so we look down here. So our lots, we have 2 lots. But to be more realistic, let's do it with like a lower amount of lots. So the lowest you could go is 0.01 lot. And since US 30 is priced right now at 46,800, almost 47,000, right now this margin number is $23.42. So the $23.42, the margin number, this is what you need to have in your balance, in your account, and in order to place this trade. So if one day you place a trade and it says not efficient funds or broker couldn't get you in or something like that, then it's because you don't have enough money in your account to place this trade. So then boom, right here on the stop loss, we would be risking $4 if it does hit our stop loss, and then we would win $8. Like I said, that's a 1 to 2. So you would need to make sure you have $23.41 over in your account in order to place this trade. So boom, let's say we want to place this trade. We click here, boom, we get in. Now that gets you in once you press that button, and it automatically sets your stop loss and sets your TP for you. This is why I would recommend everybody as a beginner to trade this way. This is how we all started. This is how I started. This is the best way so you could understand what are lots, what are TPs, making sure that you have the right amount of lots. So every morning, y'all don't see me do it because I have 2 monitors, 2 screens, and I used to do it on live on here through here, but it was causing me to get bad entries because I'm over here switching to this, switching to that, switching to this, checking on the Discord. So now I just have it over on my other screen and I enter on my other screen. So that's why y'all don't see it no more. But what I need to start doing is every day just making sure, like, once we enter the trade, I show y'all my screen so y'all could see it and how I have it marked up and stuff like that. So I'll start doing that also. So like right here, boom, we're up in profit by a couple of cents. So let's say you want to take that cent. So to go over the trade down here, Bob Marley, we're gonna it tells you everything here. It tells you where did you get in. You got in the US 30 market. What did you do? We went in for a sale. How many lots did you go in for? 0.01. What's your net profit right now? Okay, we're floating over $1 and something cents. How many pips are you up right now? Okay, 14, 15 pips. The open price, this is where we got in, is at that price, 46,829. That's when we got in. Our stop loss is 46. This gives you the exact number of where our stop loss is at. It gives you the exact number where our TP is at, and then it gives us where we're currently at. This profit number over here is how much we actually are in profit. because they got to subtract the commission fee, which is 7 cents right now. But of course, if you enter a bigger trade with bigger lots, the commission fee is a lot more higher. And then right here it tells you the potential profit, and then the loss, the stop loss and stuff like that. So let's say you're happy with the dollar and some change. Boom, we go to this X, we close out. Boom, now we're a dollar and some change richer. You see up here it changed. So boom, that's how that works. That's how you enter a trade. You could also enter a trade over here on this end, but I personally don't do it. I really have never done it. So I don't want to feed y'all information that I don't know about. I could figure it out and then let y'all know, but it's honestly pointless. It's like, it really doesn't matter. Just focus on entering your trades this way. If you want to go in for a buy, you simply just go up here and click buy, and it just switches it. So that's the good thing about day trading. We could get in on the stock if it's going down or if it's going up. So that's the beautiful thing about this. And yeah, that's basically going over pips and lots. I hope another thing about pips, if you do hear other videos and that they talk about points or they say ticks, then that's the same exact thing as pips. It falls into the same category as lots. Our broker uses pips and lots. Other brokers use contracts and ticks or points. It's the same thing, so don't think about it too much. Don't stress about it too much. Just learn the platform that we're using and you'll be alright. It shouldn't really matter what other people say, but just know if you do hear them talk about contracts, they're talking about lots. If you hear them talking about points, they're talking about pips. If you hear them talking about ticks, they're talking about pips. So it's the same thing. We're having trouble actually. Oh, there it goes. Nah, we ain't having no trouble. So if anybody held this trade, it clearly rejected all the way back to our entry point, closed out, left this ugly wick, ended up just pushing all the way back down. Now we're past the TP2. So if whoever held, like I said, we're aiming for these zones down here, and it's gonna hit it. Watch, it's gonna hit this TP3, and that would have been a beautiful exit right there for the TP3. But you know, we got in our TP2. We made it in 7 minutes. If not, we would have been waiting. Right now it's 8:58. So yeah, we would have been waiting way longer. You know, 20 minutes plus just for this trade, when we hit a TP2 in 7 minutes and got in and out, and we're done for the day. So let me stop this recording, but at least I'm gonna post this in our live trading recording room, so y'all could watch this, and I went over all of that on here, so I'm gonna post that also on there for y'all.